This writer's story was deeply impactful. When I listened to the layers of abuse that they went through, the trauma that they experienced, my heart was incredibly broken. I just can't even imagine what life felt and looked like for this writer. I was encouraged, though, by this writer's focus on therapy and the fact that therapy helps. When we talk about self-harm is really complicated because there are endorphins that happen when we inflict harm on ourselves that often make us feel better. And the fact that we have control over when we feel pain versus also being able to watch ourselves heal can be a little bit of an addictive cycle. And so the fact that this writer tells us at the end that therapy helped her overcome this self-harm was so encouraging. Because it is possible. Self-harm doesn't have to be a road that we get stuck in and that we never get out of. When we talk about abuse is just heartbreaking. And she talked about all the different types of abuse that we talk about, in the therapy world. But I think one thing that I would say is, when you look at statistics, and I think this is the right one or the most recent one, but it's like 7 times that people try to leave abusive relationships before they actually leave. And part of that's because of the manipulation that they experience. The layers of just feeling crazy and it's your fault and things like that, often people struggle to leave because they think it's their fault. They're the ones that are crazy. They're the ones that are wrong. They've done something, right? Patricia Evans talks in her book, The Verbally Abusive Relationship, that most people live on the same plane in conversation. So they're able to have a conversation, to work things through if there's discord, and leave the conversation feeling not crazy. But when there's abuse, usually one person is on one plane, the other person's on the other, and honestly, the conversation will never work itself out because there's always manipulation into making the other person feel like it's their fault and they're wrong and they're the crazy person. And so it's really complicated for people to leave. I think I appreciated this writer's focus on stories, that we should never judge a book by the cover. And so often we walk by people, we see people, the statement about even the person on the side of the road, and we assume because we think we know. But I really appreciated the reminder that we have to sit and listen. We have to understand. And often when we do, we realize that there's so much more to the story than what we assumed on the cover. And that therapy is for the good and the bad. That yes, we do go to therapy when there's trauma and when there's grief and when there's different things going on in our lives, but we can also seek therapy when there's moments of good and calm, and we can do proactive skills, or we can be continuous in our therapy. So we might be in therapy, we might be feeling better, and we might drop out because, well, we're feeling better, so why continue? But actually, when we continue in therapy, even past those moments where we feel better, we're learning the deeper skills that help us stay afloat in the moments that will come, because they will continue to come, and we face those hardships. If you listen to this story and you felt that tug that you need to come talk to somebody, we would love to have you come talk to us. We have therapists at all sorts of places across Miami who specialize in all sorts of different things. So if you heard this story and you thought, this is my story, please give us a call or reach out to us on the website for a new appointment. You can find that information in the video today. If you also have been through therapy and are on the other side, or you've had a family member or friend who's been through therapy and they're doing well, or you just feel called to give, we have a financial aid fund that helps folks who need extra help. And so it could be that they just can't financially afford therapy, or maybe they're in a really hard spot and this is a temporary place, but they cannot afford therapy and they need it to help them move forward in this. And so please just consider giving to our financial aid fund. We would be really appreciative of your ability to help us. Thanks for watching our video today.